Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. What a difference! Yesterday it was the least sexy weather and today it's absolutely beautiful. The sun is shining and I'm very glad because I can record this video for you from the outside. I am in Łazienki Park, which is not far away from the presidential palace that we called Belvedere, as you know. Those of you who drink alcohol, especially vodka, probably are. I'm not one of those, just to say. As far as vodka, wine occasionally, but those of you who drink vodka, you for sure know Belvedere. When you see this bottle, that actually is the palace on that bottle of vodka. So just finish the topic of renaming the street. As I just picked up my visa to Russia, very grateful that I have this visa, and I want to say big thank you to Elena if she's watching. I want to say this. I took a picture of the name of the street, and indeed in the part where is Russian embassy and where is the area when you get your visas as well, which is pretty large space, the street is renamed to the aggressors, to the victims of Russian aggressors, victims of Russian aggression, victims of Russian aggression. The other side of the street still remains Belvederska. The irony, or I don't know how to say, that several hundred meters away from the Russian embassy, almost across the street pretty much, you have the presidential palace where Andrzej Duda resides. So what he's reading goes in his subconscious mind. He's reading victims of Russian aggression. So maybe that's why his rhetoric keeps remaining the same, because of the name of the street. Who knows? Subconsciously, right? That's how you program. Guys, since this is a quick video before I go back to the hotel and get my stuff to go back to Szczecin with my Russian visa, yes, I want to record this video with one news only. But what a news, right? What an interview. I'm just trying to find a spot to sit down that is not wet because it was still raining in the morning. So let me read you what our foreign minister Radosław Sikorski just said in an interview. He gave an interview to He gave an interview to Gazeta Wyborcza, and he said some words that, you know, shouldn't be said, because those words again can only poke the bear. I mean, the bear is not easily poked, but let me read you. Let me get to the point finally. We can do something unexpected. This is the message he wants to send to Putin. This will be the title of the video. Sikorski sending the message to Putin. We want to do something unexpected. Radosław Sikorski, the head of the Polish Ministry of Foreign Affairs, has issued a stark warning to Vladimir Putin, suggesting that the West could take actions that Russian president would not anticipate. In an interview at Gazeta Wyborcza, Sikorski emphasized the importance of keeping Putin worried about the West's potential moves. I'm sure he is very worried. He cannot sleep because of it. And he has nervous shakes and nervous breakdowns. This is better bench, okay? I'm sure, like, he can't take it anymore. He needs some pills to calm down, or he drinks some herbs, and, you know, he goes to the church and he prays and he puts many candles because he can't sleep after what Sikorski just said. Let's continue. The point is to make Vladimir Putin worry about what we will do to him. And we can do something he does not expect, Sikorski said. Sikorski was also asked about the evolution of France's position since the beginning of the war in Ukraine, where initially President Emmanuel Macron, that's another one, right, sought mediation to his recent statements, not ruling out the possibility of sending NATO troops to aid in Ukraine. Let's quote more from our very special Minister of Foreign Affairs of Poland, or maybe United States. What do you think? We all tried to persuade Russia to behave accordingly to certain rules. I think the period leading up to the war and for some time after its outbreak, President Macron hoped that Putin would show reason and make rational calculations based on his interests, and that France could play the role of a mediator. That's what Sikorski remarked. And he continues here. President Macron has adopted our perspective that Putin only withdraws when he encounters effective resistance. So you're gonna be like Napoleon Bonaparte, except it's not just France. Viva la France, viva Pologne. What else, viva? So President Macron has adopted our perspective that Putin only withdraws when he encounters effective resistance. I think Macron decided to abandon a traditional approach that revealed to Putin what would not be done against him, which gave him freedom to shape the situation to his advantage. Instead, Macron wants Putin to worry about what we will do to him. And we can do something he does not expect. It is we, not Putin, who controls the so-called escalation ladder. I completely agree with this approach. Oh my goodness, okay. So Sikorski explained that Putin is not only fighting the Ukrainians, but also the vast Ukrainian landscape. More quote from Sikorski. Ukraine is twice the size of Poland, with huge distances between the cities. If Russia wanted to control such a large area, it would need twice very many soldiers, he added. He also believes Ukrainians have shown Putin that they are a separate nation and do not want to live under his rule. Yeah, I'm sure those who actually almost voted 100% for him in Donetsk, Crimea and another region, right? Novorossiya. Yeah, they definitely showed him. Definitely did. Yeah, just saying. His rule. Therefore, even if the front were to collapse, which is unlikely, Putin would have to contend with years of guerrilla warfare. Remember how strong the resistance was in Ukrainian partisans put up against the Bolsheviks during the Civil War. I have to address this after I read this, okay? Because this is another absolutely below the belt, below Polish population belt statement. Maybe I should read it again. Let me read it again and I will address it. Remember how strong the resistance was in Ukrainian partisans. You know who he means? UPA. He calls them partisans. Those who slaughter Polish nation. What kind of minister is this? Tell me. How strong the partisans were and put up against the Bolsheviks during the Civil War. After World War II, Ukrainian partisans were active until the 1950s. What a shame, man. What a shame, man. If Putin is allowed to conquer Ukraine, he will not stop there. Stopping Putin will then be more difficult because Russia will have access to industrial and human resources. Meanwhile, America, his true home, that is, I added, not him. Meanwhile, America, to strengthen Europe, will have to use more resources and more people. This is not a desirable scenario. That's why, as we explained in the USA, thank you USA, Putin must be stopped in Ukraine. Sikorski emphasize. So here you have words from someone who is in his heart, I think, much more American than Polish. I mean, how can you be Polish if you call UPA partisans? So now Wołyń was what? How you describe Wołyń now? Now it was the partisans movement? If anyone is watching me who had some of your ancestors who died during that tragedy and that time, I'm sorry guys, but I think we already know who we are dealing with here. Let's go to the comments of the day and I will end this video to get coffee, cappuccino, thanks of you. Thank you very much guys. The person who I forgot to mention yesterday, who responded to the comment and I didn't write down the name, which I have to acknowledge, is Alec Foster 4413. So the second comment yesterday was from you. Thank you, Alec, if that's your name, real name. Next comment is from Abdul Haji HAJJ 2369. Just hope that NATO don't use Poland like Ukraine. You know what? At this point, I would say 99% it will. Okay, 98%. But thank you for your comment. Next one is from Bojana Kolak 7451. I never really mentioned anyone from Serbia. I want to say big hello to everyone from Serbia. I was in Serbia once, last year in Belgrade for 2 nights, I think it was, and I was flying to Russia. Belgrade, Serbian Airlines, right? So hello to all of you there. I know many of you are watching. And you say, we in Serbia watched the elections for 3 days and we were impressed by the turnout. That tells a lot about maturity of the people of this great country, meaning Russia here. Greetings and love from Serbia. Greetings and love to you as well. You know, actually I tell you a personal sharing here. I was made in ex-Yugoslavia. My parents, what they went for the honeymoon, I don't know why they told me this, but they told me. I think maybe I asked them one day. So my parents actually loved Yugoslavia and they really loved, they saw both Serbian side and Croatian side. So I don't know exactly when that happened, but here I am. So actually I am okay with Croatians and Serbians, okay? I just want to say this, although I understand the dynamic of the history here and the level of destruction, which actually I saw when I was in Belgrade, and I felt the energy, especially from those buildings that were left, to remind the people what NATO did. And the last comment is from Mojobek01. Mr. Putin and Mr. Xi, or he, both strike me as serious men. In the West, we just have nutters. Yes, we have some nutcases here, like I don't want to say, because you never know if they are watching and then they, you know, what they will be giving me some hard time. So, with this being said, guys, I want to say thank you to all of you for giving this video a like, for leaving all your comments that I read again, for sharing the video, for subscribing to my channel. If you would like to join me on Locals, you can also become a supporter there if you feel like. That also is very appreciated. Instagram is a place to follow as well. What else? PayPal, mailing list, you join it for free, just in case, to be informed about any other platforms or what's going on. And buy me a coffee if you feel like. I'm actually heading to get a cappuccino now. With this, the link to the ridiculous statement that the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Poland, Radosław Sikorski, just recently made. And the question here is how seriously we should take those statements, and also because we know the role they play the role to provoke. But look at this from the realistic standpoint. So you have Ukrainians who don't want to fight for their own country. So many of them, millions of them, know this country is corrupt. They don't want to die for it. They rather move anywhere else but to live there and be slaughtered. So how they want other nation to die for Ukraine if their own nation doesn't want to die for Ukraine? What's the logic in this, right? What is the logic? Zero, none. With this being said, guys, I will end this video here. Have a wonderful day, lots of love, and remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. See you tomorrow from a different location. Bye, guys.